In this video, we're going to go through the 3DF hamstring sequence. And this is all about lengthening these super tight muscles in most people in the back of your thigh here. And it's not only lengthening the muscles in the tissues, but also affecting the neuromuscular reflexes, as well as strengthening them, because you can't maintain flexibility without strengthening the muscles at the end ranges of motion. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So to start off, you need something, a bench, chair, couch, table of a certain height. And to figure out what height you need, what you want to do is stand in front and lift your leg up. And it should be just below or just at the level that you can actively lift your leg up straight. Okay? That's so that we can pick the proper height so that we're just hitting that end range of static active flexibility. Okay? So I've got this is the perfect height for me. What I want to do is get the foot up. Now it's very important that this foot on the ground is straight and in line. It's not turned out like that. Otherwise that's going to completely change the stretch because it changes the position of your pelvis. Okay, so this foot that's on the ground, it's pointing straight ahead. That's very, very important. Okay, so my foot is up here. I'm in good posture, nice and tall, and I got to settle this hip down like that. Now what I'm doing to start is just 30 seconds of holding this position and settling this hip down, getting this stretch. So once you pick the proper bench height, step height, then you'll already get a stretch here. Now it's really important to settle this hip down and stay in good posture. So I'm sticking my butt out, keeping this curve, the lumbar lordosis in my low back, keep my chest out, chin tucked nice and tall, okay? So I'm sitting here and balancing for 30 seconds, getting a static passive stretch for my hamstring, okay? So after about 30 seconds, what I want to do is keeping my toes straight and in line right here. I want to push down with my heel into the ground, into the step. 5 seconds, push down, keeping that posture, and I'm always breathing. And then relax and try and settle down. Now, if you feel like you can get more stretch, hop your ground foot back a little bit, okay? So then you get that stretch, you hold it for another 5 to 10 seconds. From here, I'm going to rotate this toe in, internal hip rotation, so the thigh is turned. And you can even help it with your hand a little bit here, okay? So I'm going to rotate it in and then push down again for 5 seconds. This just hits more of the medial aspect of the hamstring. Even get into the adductors a little bit. 5 seconds, and then relax. So it's that contract, relax sequence. And then if I can hop back a little more, let's do it. Okay, so I got a little more stretch already. Now I'm going to go outside, external rotation. Turn my toe out that way. And same thing. I'm going to push down for 5. And then relax it and settle it down, okay? For 5 to 10 seconds. So it's that contract, relax sequence in straight internal rotation and external rotation. Now, at the end of this, what you're going to do, well, not quite the end, this is the second to last thing. It's a up to 30-second contraction back in the straight position, okay? So I want to gradually increase the contraction there up to about a good strong, not 100% max contraction, but good strong 80% effort. And I'm going to hold it for up to 30 seconds. Now, when you're first starting this out, this last contraction, you just want to hold it for about 10 seconds. And as you progress after a few weeks, you know, each week of doing this program, add 5 seconds on until you're at 30 seconds after about 4 weeks. Okay? So contract, and then I'm almost done. Relax there. It's a long time you're hanging out here. This foot on the ground is going to get a lot of work. Those stabilizers in the foot, which is great. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bend forward, hop my ground leg back, so I've got a good stretch in that hip flexor. And from this position, supported position, I want to support myself with my hands. I'll hop up a little bit to get a better support, okay? So the knee is bent here. My back leg, I've got that stretch. I can feel it going on in the hip flexor, the foot that's on the ground, the leg that's on the ground. From here, what I'm going to do is just straighten the knee as best as I can for 6 reps. Holding it for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then relax. Straighten, 1, 2, and relax. Try and keep posture, straighten, 1, 2, and relax. And you do that for 6 repetitions. 1, 2, straighten it as best as you can to a little bit of pain. And let's do one more. Straighten, 1, 2, and relax. And then I'm down, okay? So when I come out of it, hop forward, and then come out of it and walk around a little bit, okay? That is one of the most powerful, or in terms of what I've found, it's the most powerful exercise sequence for lengthening the hamstrings. And that feels a world away from my other one now. I'm gonna hit this one up and then we'll get to some other videos, all right? So that is very powerful sequence. Make sure you follow the details, the posture, the angle of the foot, so the foot is not rotated. The one that's on the ground, it's straight in. That keeps the pelvis level and doesn't shift it around there, which changes the stretch on the hamstrings, okay? Powerful sequence, do it up. Make sure you go into it easy to start. You know, don't try to push yourself to the brink where you're screaming and writhing in agony. Uncomfortable stretch, should be a little bit painful, but it shouldn't be killing you, all right? That is the 3DF hamstring sequence.